Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found, and of course, taped live on the Twitch and also on the YouTube. So if you're watching us on the YouTube, do us a huge favor. If you're watching us live right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notify bell. Make sure you always get notified. We got new Going In Raw stuff over on the YouTube. This weekend, of course, we got Survivor Series out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say, man. We got Survivor Series coming up this weekend.
At least it's just one and not two shows.
War Games. Yeah, and you know what? It's War Games probably going to be, I think right now I noticed on Wikipedia there's only 4 matches, 2 War Games, Ronda versus Shotzi, and then something else.
That might not change. There might be one more match.
I think the War Games matches themselves are just really long matches.
They go like an hour, 45 minutes each. Not
and
an hour
WWE,
and 45 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour.
And WWE, generally speaking, doesn't like to go over 3.5 hours for their pay-per-views, and I don't think they even do kickoff matches anymore.
No, so there's only 4 or 5 matches. Any hopes I had of getting Big Red back, poof, gone.
Yeah, the math literally doesn't work out for you on that one. But that's going to be a lot of fun this coming weekend. That's on Saturday, Sunday, right? Saturday,
5 p.m.
So that should be a lot of fun across both platforms. We're doing Twitch and YouTube these days until we're told otherwise. On this episode, exactly. On this episode of Going In Raw, man, we got a lot to cover. We're gonna go a little bit back in time from Full Gear. We're gonna do some Friday Night Rampage, some Full Gear Rampage recap. We're gonna talk about Impact's Overdrive and WWE Smackdown, where we've got the 5th man, brother.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about all that. Of course, it's Monday. The game, Paul with the call, is calling in to preview.
It's the call with Paul, yes.
The call with Paul. Paul Levesque is calling in to preview tonight's Monday Night Raw. In the words of Paul Levesque, I don't do a very good impersonation of him. Are you ready?
I mean, that sounded pretty close.
Really
trying.
Really?
Yeah,
thanks, man. Trying. I appreciate that.
So far, there's only one thing for the Raw preview up on .com. So
you know what that means? We're gonna get some scoops.
Could be
scoops, perhaps. We're gonna be doing that at the end of the show. We're gonna be answering some of your questions about all the stuff we're covering, and we've got some news items as well, including an AEW superstar. I mean, I'm not allowed to call them superstars, wrestlers.
Yeah.
An AEW wrestler. I know why they call them superstar. Wrestlers sound so pedestrian when compared to superstar. God damn it. Anyways, an AEW star.
Well, I think you can call them superstars, just can't call them WWE superstars. They work for AEW.
An AEW superstar might be done with AEW. And the Young Bucks have spoken out about the Brawl Out suspension. We'll have to see what they have to say. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But first up, we had a pretty big match confirmed for the upcoming Wrestle Kingdom 17. Larson, what's going on?
So Kenny Omega, of course, he returned to AEW with the Young Bucks at, I have All Out here. That's not right. It's Full Gear.
The Full Gear.
And shortly after Full Gear concluded, the Cleaner announced on New Japan's historic crossover show that he's coming back to New Japan too, issuing a challenge to Will Ospreay for a bout at Wrestle Kingdom 17. And then Fightful Select offered up some details on the bout, reporting the conversation started over the summer for Ospreay and Omega to square off at the Tokyo Dome on January 4th. But the deal was finalized, quote, within the past 2 or 3 weeks. Fightful also notes that Rocky Romero, quote, played a huge role in facilitating the match and helping get it cleared.
What is that noise?
That's my dryer.
Hey, Larson, how fucking awesome is it that the dryer, after he was done being the cleaner, piped in during this segment?
Yes.
That's good stuff. Did you see the awesome video they did for this?
It was great. It was
great.
Oh,
man, where do you think they filmed? I know he did a thing in Japan. He went to Japan during his suspension.
Oh, that's true.
So I wonder if they had a fancy room. That room was awesome that he did his promo in.
Well, he was sitting at a throne, too.
I know. He was sitting in a throne in a cool room. He had the sun, like some really cool looking futuristic sunglasses on.
Yeah.
He was speaking Japanese, and he was talking about how, did you notice? I don't know Japanese, obviously, but I'm going to do my best, Kenny. Did you notice that the crowd's cheers started dying well, they blame it on pandemic, or was it?
Yeah.
He's talking about how no more stars there in New Japan since the cleaner left.
And he called Will Ospreay a virus.
Yeah, that's pretty rough right there, man.
I mean, this isn't surprising. They've been doing this back and forth on Twitter in interviews for a while. Of course, there was the match in the build-up to Forbidden Door. And it's not shocking this match is happening. I wonder if we're going to get a double dip here. One match at Wrestle Kingdom, maybe one match in AEW. I don't recall if this is for the U.S. title or not, which Ospreay is currently holding.
I don't know. Oh, here we go. Does it say here? Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, I would have thought so. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a possibility that Kenny... Here's the thing. If it's for the U.S. title at the end, Ospreay kind of has to come out in the winning end of this, you would think?
Yeah.
So if it's a one-off, then that probably means Ospreay is going to win. But if Ospreay is going to win, you'd think he'd win in New Japan as opposed to losing the belt at Wrestle Kingdom and coming to AEW to win it back.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll do maybe they'll go 50-50 and then Ospreay will retain here, and then I don't know, they'll do another one in AEW Forbidden Door, or they'll have a match at Forbidden Door. I know it's not an AEW pay, but it kind of felt like an AEW pay-per-view last time anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this is exciting. I mean, dude, look, this is what I know. January 4th, we're probably going to get our match of the year. It's probably 4 days in the year we're going to get match of the year 2023.
Yeah,
these guys have been itching to do this for a very long time, and yeah, this is gonna be stellar.
Yep.
I'm looking for. I was looking for a tweet response from Ospreay because somebody mentioned that he did that.
Yeah.
And this is all Ospreay had to say on Twitter news. I think he did like a whole interview about it on Rest. What is this? I don't know what that is, but there's a podcast, Rest Things. But anyways, he just said this on Twitter. Man said, "I've come to save the company. Bro, save your own." It's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
So yeah, this is gonna be such a stellar match, and yeah, it's cool to see AEW New Japan. Is there a chance that Carl Anderson's finally gonna drop that Never title at the same show? We'll get the Forbidden Door.
Hell, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
WWE
right.
doesn't have any pay-per-views in the month of January. It's Wednesday. That's not a Monday night.
Wait, when's
so I
the
guess
Rumble?
it's possible. What?
When's the Rumble?
It's the end of January.
I thought they didn't have
Sorry.
any pay-per-views in December.
That's what I meant to say. No
Yeah.
pay-per-views between now and the Rumble. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It's in the Wrestle Kingdom's on a Wednesday night or on a Wednesday. It's not a Monday, so you won't have Raw commitments.
Yeah.
I guess it's possible.
Yeah.
What I want to know is if Daniel Bryan is finally going to get that Zack Sabre Jr. match at Wrestle Kingdom. That's what I want to know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, so is Dynamite really is it in Chicago this Wednesday?
Yeah, it's the
Oh man, because we were just speculating that the other day without me realizing that Dynamite's in Chicago.
Yeah, it is. It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They always do. Like the last 2 years, they've done it in Chicago. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be a hot crowd.
You got that right.
Hot crowd, man. Let's talk about this. We'll see what kind of reaction the Young Bucks get in Chicago. But first, they had some things to say about the Brawl Out suspension, which, of course, is tangentially related to CM Punk, but they didn't really talk about him. On the latest episode of BTE titled Carry On, the Young Bucks spoke for the first time about their suspension following Brawl Out. And they said this: these transcripts come to you via Fightful. Matt says, "We're officially back. We, however, have been technically backstage for a few weeks. Now we've been on screen. We've wrestled. We're back. Being the Elite is back. Everything's back to reality." Nick said, "It didn't feel like we were officially back until AEW Full Gear. We were around for 4 weeks, but it didn't feel like it. There was something missing. That something missing was us performing live. We did that. We scratched that itch. We're back. I've had anxiety thinking about it. Didn't know if I could still perform at a high level. Here's some editorializing from me. He can.
Yes.
I can confirm that because that match was sick."
Right.
So then Matt says, "I was waking up in cold sweats. I haven't been sleeping. People don't understand because we haven't been able to talk about it. This has been 2 of the hardest months of my life." He says, "I know for you as well, Nick. Here we are. We got through it. You just never know what's going to happen until you do it. To hear the support and hear and see how happy a lot of people were to see us, that meant the world to us and Kenny. It felt good. We're going through the healing process right now. Last night, referring to Full Gear, was a big step to get there. I feel good. We got to come out to a song we grew up listening to with our dad, a song we almost didn't get. We didn't get it until the 11th hour. That was stressful. Getting that, it was the night before we finally knew. Collectively, it was a crazy time. Now that it's the end, I can almost sigh relief at this point. So, yeah, I would imagine that's got to be pretty tough. But man, yeah, hell of a return for the Elite. I doubt they're going to mention anything about Phil. I know he also, I mean, for those of you who weren't watching us during the show, he had some comments during a UFC commentary thing that he had where he made sort of light, jokes about it, like, hey, don't get me in the locker room.
Yeah, because he was talking about it was him, his two broadcast partners. I don't remember exactly the context, but he's like, yeah, you don't want me in the locker room or something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
and
so
one of the other guys said, you don't want him doing media scrums either.
Yeah,
so they're all joking about it. So,
who is this? Lincoln Phoenix here in our YouTube chat says Zack Sabre Jr. is already booked for the TV title.
That's right.
Final at Wrestle Kingdom. I need to catch up with my new. I need to catch up with my New Japan, man.
Same.
There's a lot of wrestling out there, especially they're going so hardcore with like the strong stuff, like that's and then they're coming over here. You could really see, I think, what they had envisioned originally for their westward expansion, what it looks like now, and it's pretty aggressive, man. Like they're out here a lot. They're coming to San Jose again pretty soon.
Yeah, they got another show in San Jose. I think they have at least one more in L.A.
Yeah.
They're doing in Hollywood.
Come to the Memorial Auditorium, man.
Heck
come to the Golden One Center. The Golden One Center might be a bit much, but come to
Memorial Auditorium seems doable.
I haven't been there since they fancied it up.
Same.
They fancied it up. Yeah. So that'd be cool.
A couple people are mentioning here that in being the Elite, they have a clip or two of the crowd chanting FCM Punk.
One of the first things you see also when I'm trying to remember if it was because they have like a new intro sequence and it's really cool. And I forget it was that or if it was when it first showed them backstage at Full Gear. One of the first things you see is them giving a fist bump. I think it's during the intro, and they gave a fist bump to Colt Cabana. So I mean, look, you can look for shots, pretty much anywhere, and maybe some are legit, maybe some aren't. I don't know. I'm not in their heads. I don't know them.
Yeah,
but
does it being John Malkovich? No,
yet. Yeah, maybe one day though. Anyways, let's talk about this guy, Andrade. How you know? So we haven't seen this dude on TV since he reportedly got into a backstage altercation with
Sammy Guevara
a couple months ago. The caped Sammy Guevara. Today, he posted a picture of himself looking at the mask he wears for his entrance, that cool mask that he has for his entrance.
Yeah.
It's got the caption, "I just want to say thank you, bye," and the hashtag, "how you know."
Yeah, this was on Instagram. I forgot to mention it was on Instagram.
It was on the Instagram.
It was on the gram, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't on Hive. Wasn't on the Twitter. It was on Instagram.
So that's the new thing. Hive's the new thing.
I have no idea. I got my name on there. I grabbed my name.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see. I see a lot of people heading over to the Hive.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know. They're probably just harvesting data, taking all of our shit. All my shit's hacked.
I don't know anything about it. I'm gonna wait to see how that all pans out.
Wait and see.
If I don't get my name, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Whatever. Fuck him. So, you think Andrade's done with AEW, or is he just sort of posting this shit? He's always he can sometimes play coy with his Instagram account, man.
Yeah, he can. I mean, there was rumors that he was trying to get his release even before the fight.
Well, the fight was him trying to get his release.
Yes, maybe. You mean you could speculate that was the case? Who knows? I don't know until there's some official word or he shows up on Raw or SmackDown again. I don't know if we're gonna know.
Yeah. It's kind of like Tozawa posting a picture of his ninja outfit saying thank you and goodbye. I'm hoping that's just because I'd love to see Akira stay in. Boy, Akira Tozawa and Impact would be something else, though, huh? I'd love to see him stay in WWE and, like, a tag team with Ricochet or, I don't know, something cool. They need to start making some of these tags. He had Ricochet and Ali put on that terrific match, and then they sat next to each other and warp speed, light speed, bumping fists.
That was great.
Man, get them in a tag team together. Oh, my God. That would be fantastic.
That would be great.
But
we've been saying
to
for a long
Andrade,
time. Sorry, we make this one point real quick. Saying for a while. We know Ricochet, Apollo Crews, Tozawa, they're all friends.
Yeah.
Faction. Have them all form a faction.
Yeah, no, I'm down with that. I think it'd be great.
Heck yes. But
yeah, getting back to Andrade, as Maggie here in our Twitch chat points out, she says, I think he's stirring the pot because he loves to troll. What do you guys think in the YouTube comments? You think Andrade is trolling? You think he's just, because I get the feel like he, just even like in that interview when he said there's a guy who doesn't like get to hit hard. I'm going to tell you his name, Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
you know? It's like this guy does not give a shit. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Tranquilo.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, again, unless there's an official statement or he shows up somewhere, we're not going to know.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We're not going to know.
Anyways, you know what I know? We got an awesome sponsor today, Larson Express VPN. Let's take a quick break here. Let me get this here on the podcast. There we go. Oops, that's not right. Let's see here. Let's get a quick word in from our sponsor, ExpressVPN. So we've spoken about the importance of using a VPN to protect your online security, but choosing a VPN you can trust is just as important.
That's correct, Steve. And we trust the brands we recommend here on the show. And after using it for a while, I could say that ExpressVPN is the best VPN out there.
Absolutely. There are a lot of cheap or free VPNs out there that make money off selling your data to advertisers, but not ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN doesn't log your online activity. In fact, they've developed a trusted server technology that makes their VPN servers incapable. They're not even able to do that. They're not even able to store your data.
Yeah,
it's
and incapable. ExpressVPN is fast too because it now uses Lightway.
Whoa! Lightway!
A new VPN protocol that makes user speeds faster than ever. Whoa. So fast that I can stream HD video with zero buffering. And ExpressVPN is also extremely easy to use. All you got to do is fire up the app, tap one button to connect.
That's right. I wonder if they got to get something named Warpway next. That's the next iteration of Lightway. So protect yourself with a VPN that we use and trust. Use our link expressvpn.com/GIR today and get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/GIR. expressvpn.com/GIR to learn more.
You want to talk Impact Wrestling?
I'm interested in that lightweight technology, man.
Heck yeah, man.
Introduce that to Going In Raw. It'll be faster than ever. These reviews will be going from an hour and 15 minutes down to 20 minutes flat. I mean, I guess you could do that. You just hit the fast forward button.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Yeah. Anyways,
totally
Overdrive. Yeah, we watched it. It was I had on my little
as well as Smackdown and Rampage kind of all at the same time.
All at the same time. It was
imagine make time a flat circle.
Yeah, right. It was just sort of down. It was we just sort of meshed them all in the same thing, Like
so it's entirely possible.
Kazarian was the fifth man for Team SmackDown.
For the War Games, and it's entirely possible that some things happened on SmackDown made it to the Overdrive notes and vice versa.
Yeah,
we had Jun Akiyama show up in Impact. I don't know.
It was nuts. It was crazy. I don't know how that happened.
It was crazy. Like my notes for Friday night shows were really the true forbidden door.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Any surprises here? I mean, this is where Enforcer really made his stand.
So the surprise for me was when Trey Miguel cheated to win. That was like number one surprise.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, he sprayed Toruz in the face with some Miguel spray, some Spray Miguel, and won the X Division title. I'm kind of surprised they gave Kazarian and Josh Alexander 5 days to have a match.
Well, that's what Josh Alexander's
Lord.
been doing in his main events. Like the one against Ed Edwards was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, all these really long. Look, Josh Alexander, he's a terrific wrestler, but come on,
Yes.
man, 20, 25 minutes, you could put on a solid match. More doesn't always mean better, man.
I know, but I think that's just the story they're telling with Josh Alexander here.
Yeah, what that
He puts on long matches.
That's his story. I thought the story is Bully Ray's a scumbag.
We're getting to that, but at least
Okay.
that we have an endpoint for that now.
Yeah, we do.
He said, "I'm going to cash in my Call Your Shot trophy at Hard to Kill." That's January the 13th, Friday the 13th. And he says, "Well, now that I kept my word that I was going to look you in the eye and call my shot, now I'm going to beat your ass."
Yeah.
And then he starts beating up Josh Alexander, and then threatens to powerbomb Josh Alexander's wife unless Josh Alexander handed him the title.
This was a segment that was probably decent on paper, because the idea was he handcuffs Josh Alexander, he zip ties him to the wrestling rope, or to one of the ring ropes, wrestling rope. to the ring rope, right?
Did you just snort?
A little bit, yeah. Dude, we're both fucking. We got our sinuses all flared up these days.
Oh yeah.
And so Josh Alexander's there, and I think the idea, of course, was Bully Ray was gonna threaten his wife, which he did. But the problem was, like, early on in the segment, Josh Alexander, I think, accidentally breaks free of the zip tie.
Yeah.
It's a weak zip tie. He got it at a dollar store, I guess. And so Bully Ray has a wife in position for powerbomb, and he's like, "Don't you move. Don't you stay right there, otherwise I'm powerbomb." I'm like, well, logic dictates he's 3 feet away. Josh, there's no way to be able to get a powerbomb off in the time it takes Josh Alexander to get over there and smash his face, put him in an ankle lock, and this is all done with.
Yeah. No.
So it was a standoff. That's what this was supposed to be, a standoff.
You know what? I at least give Bully Ray credit for not panicking.
Oh, they improv'd it wonderfully. They did.
I mean, given the circumstances, it's probably the best he could do.
Absolutely. And I'm shitting on it, but that's because what we actually saw was goofy as fuck. But he did what he could with what it was.
Yeah.
I'd have looked at the camera and I'd have been a deer in headlights. I've been like,
You're like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
can we do this again? Hey, who's got more zip ties? Can we
Cut.
We're live. I don't care. I don't know what to do. Yeah, no, it was goofy as fuck, but no, it was a big story beat. Bully Ray's a scumbag. But yes, he did what he said he was going to do. He looked him in the eye.
Yeah. He fulfilled that obligation. Now he can go back to being the scumbag. Know who really looks like an asshole right now? Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer looks like a supreme asshole now. Yeah, because he said he could be trusted. He can't be trusted. Speaking of Bully Ray, he beat Moose in a tables match to kick off Overdrive. Bully actually went through a table, but thank goodness they were doing the thing where it has to be on the action.
Yeah, it has to be on an offensive move by your opponent. Moose just got out of the way, and then Bully just ran into and then through a table.
It's not like 2K where you can sort of set up a table, accidentally stumble into it, it breaks, and then the match is just abruptly over.
Yeah, the match is over. Yeah. So Bully Ray got the win here. It makes sense because they're trying to build him up to be.
Okay. The reason why is because they're trying to build him up. It doesn't make it sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it wasn't
at
like
all.
Moose got pinned or anything. It was a tables match.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No, Moose should wipe the floor with Bully Ray. No, right. I understand that.
Okay. Just make sure the people know that you're not going crazy.
In terms of the story they want to tell, it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Then we got Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans versus the Death Dolls.
I love that in your notes here it says Death Rolls, because now I'm hungry. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a cool name for like a Halloween Little Debbie cake. Death Rolls, ooh.
It does sound good. Like a Swiss roll.
Like a Swiss roll, but like orange filling in it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's good.
Or like red filling. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, man.
So Jessica got the pin here on Tasha after the Death Dolls hit their finish. Kind of defying go-home math because the Jessica stood tall to end the go-home impact.
Yeah, man. Impact and their go-home math can often be kind of misleading, but yeah, I get you. After that, I think it was probably somebody's lock of the night. Mickie James beat Taylor Wilde.
Oh, yes.
Of course, Mickie James's career is on the line in every match she has, including tag matches, multi-man matches, any match she has.
They could all be retirement matches, yeah.
Her career's on the line. We kind of figured as much as Taylor Wilde wanted to be the person to retire Mickie James, wasn't going to happen. In fact, it didn't happen. Mickie James wins with the DDT. And then Deonna Purrazzo comes to the ring and tells Mickie, I'm not just looking to ruin your career. I'm going to end it. And
so imagine that's the hard to kill match, I would guess.
I would think so. What do you think the odds are that Deonna Purrazzo is the one to take out Mickie James?
You know, if it's not Mickie losing in a bid to get the Knockouts title, I could see Deonna being the one to retire Mickie because it was Mickie who took the Knockouts title from Deonna.
Yeah.
When she had that really long reign. Mm-hmm. So, in the sense of building intrigue for the match, that's a good matchup there. It'll be a really good match too.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a good match. I think in the end it's going to be Jordynne Grace. I think Mickey's going to sort of go through everybody, and they're going to get tougher and tougher along the way. And then she'll get to Jordynne Grace, who's just having a phenomenal run right now. Mm-hmm. And then she'll lose to Jordynne Grace, and that'll be the thing.
Yeah, could be. Then we got major players challenging Heath and Rhino for the tag titles. Matt Cardona could very well be on his way to WWE any second now.
Yeah. Not that would stop Impact from putting tag titles
on. Not at all. But in this instance, it might have. Because they lost.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah.
So we had Motor City Machine Guns. They came to ringside to check out the match, of course, because they had a bit of a face-off with Heath and Rhino. It was major players who went and asked for a tag title shot by going to Scott D'Amore's office as well. In the end, though, Brian Myers ate the pin after Rhino hit him with a gore.
Mm-hmm. Gore.
So there would be no championship belts around Matt Cardona's waist if he were to leave Impact to go to World Wrestling Entertainment.
Right. And then we say that, and then like on Impact TV, like they're going to film something like after he's already debuted in WWE where he wins a title. That's just how Impact does things.
Yeah, because I have to.
They exist to make us look like assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Scott D'Amore books his shit. He's like,
it's all despite us, yes.
What do Steve and Larson think? They're the only big name podcasters that cover us. All right, they think this? Okay, well, fuck them. I'm going to go the other way.
There we go.
He likes the Enforcer.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's got a line into the Enforcer.
Enforcer swept this show.
That fool, he didn't do any. He wrote them all on his whiteboard in advance of the show, and then just that's what he did. And he completely cleaned house.
Yeah, he did all weekend.
Yeah.
So then we got Taurus taking on Trey Miguel, as mentioned. Trey Miguel sprayed something. I don't know what it was. It was supposed to be spray paint or what in Taurus's face after a really, really good match.
Oh, phenomenal match, yeah. I figured that Kenny King would come down and have something to do with this match because Trey Miguel was calling him out. But no, Spray Miguel gets the win with some spray in Taurus's face.
Yep, hits his finish to get the win.
Yeah.
And that undid my whole weekend. Then we got
Jordynne
Jordynne
we were
Grace.
done at that point. We were cooked.
Yeah, I was totally
Although
I had 4 confidence points on Taurus.
I appreciate, though, that we were making the Enforcer sweat during AEW, because some of those, big point matches, it's like, man, Joe got the win. The Elite lost. Yeah. And so by the time it was like, man, what was the Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory.
Yeah.
Everything rested on that because we were back in it if Swerve in Our Glory won.
Yep.
And if Keith Lee had used those damn pliers, guess what? They probably would have been DQ'd now that I think about it.
Yeah, they still would have lost.
Yeah.
Then we got Jordynne Grace versus Masa Slamovich in a last woman standing bout. This match was awesome.
Dude, they're up there. They're up there. I don't know if they're going to get my vote, but they're up there for feud of the year because I've loved really everything they've done.
It's been really good.
All of Masha's cool interviews and, speaking Russian or whatever it is, are fantastic. These matches are phenomenal.
Yeah, they have great chemistry. Absolutely great chemistry. I wonder if they're going to have a third bout at Hard to Kill. Maybe going into this, Masha's like, all right, now I've learned. Through defeat what I need to do differently to beat Jordynne Grace, because that's the story that they've been telling here.
Yeah,
Jordan keeps saying Masha's been so successful she hasn't had to learn from defeat, and coming into this match Masha was asked, what have you learned about this? And she said, it's just another day, so I forgot about
it. Yeah.
And as soon as she said that, it's like, okay, she's not winning. I know she's winning now.
Yeah.
And she didn't. The finish was rough. So they set up a door, one side on the apron, the other balanced on a garbage can, and then Jordynne Grace hits a muscle buster through that on the ringside area. Jordan just barely beats the 10 count. She gets the win.
Justin Thomas here in the YouTube chat says, is this live or a premiere? Is this in real life, Larson?
In real life.
In real life. Yeah, man, we're doing it live, baby. Thanks, Masked Man, for confirming we're live, baby. And then we had like a 3-hour Frankie Kazarian match.
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. And it was a decent bout. It was a solid bout, but it was very long.
For the sake of transparency, once this match started, I was like, man, I'm watching Smackdown and I'm watching Rampage. No, at this point, it was Rampage.
It was Rampage. Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this. I can't do both at the same time. I was planning on revisiting this match if it wasn't 40 minutes long. I turned it back on to see the finish and the Bully Ray stuff. So I'm assuming I'm assuming this is a really good match between these two guys.
It was solid. It was. I mean, I was splitting my attention between this and Rampage, but it was a solid bout. It was just very long. Mm-hmm. The finish of this saw Kazarian go for like a flying elbow or a crossbody. Josh Alexander ducks that, so Kazarian then hits the ref. We get a ref bump. Kazarian hits the slingshot DDT on the apron on Josh. He gets the belt from the timekeeper area. He's acting like he's going to hit Josh Alexander with it. Ref's still out. And then Jade, Josh's wife, is yelling at him, don't do it, don't do it, don't use the belt. And he can't bring himself to do it. Ultimately, he loses after a C4 spike. Kazarian upset, but still respectful towards the champion, shakes his hand, he leaves, and that's when Bully comes to the ring, says, I just witnessed an incredible pro wrestling match. That is what pro wrestling is all about, calls Josh the most credible world champ on the planet right now. He says, now it's time for business. I won that battle royal. I told everybody when I cashed in, when I called my shot, I was going to look you in the face. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. He challenges him to a match at Hard to Kill. They shake hands. So Josh leaves the ring. And then, or he's about to leave the ring. Bully clobbers him from behind, starts hitting him with the chair, zip ties him to the bottom rope. And he's about to hit Josh with the chair. Instead, he grabs Jade, brings her over the barricade. And that's about when Josh breaks free. And Bully's telling him, hey, don't move. Sorry, he's going to say, don't move or I'll pile drive your wife on the concrete.
Don't you move. Don't you move.
Give me your belt. Give me the belt.
Give me the belt. Give me the belt.
Move slow. Give me the belt. So Josh gets the belt. And then Bully just holds it up, and that's it.
I love the idea that this is like he's got a gun to somebody. It's like a movie. He's got a gun to somebody's head, but it's a fucking power bomb.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you know, the effort it takes to exert a power to do a power bomb. It's like probably a lot. I've seen people do it, and it seems like a lot. And it's sort of a lengthy process compared to being 3 feet away from.
Maybe it was a pile. I think he said pile driver, which is a quicker, in theory, possibly a quicker process.
Oh, is that what he was going to do?
If you do it like Tony Storm, Tony Storm's pile driver is fast,
super quick. Yeah, okay, all right, my bad. I thought it was a power bomb. Again, watching several things at the same time.
Yeah, I thought it would be at first because Bully's known for power bombing people.
Yeah,
but it turns out I think he said pile driver.
Oh, man, we got a super chat here in YouTube from WrestleJuice. Says, love you guys. Thanks, WrestleJuce. Appreciate it.
Thanks, WrestleJuice.
Everybody go check out the WrestleJuice channel. I think he did his own Full Gear.
Oh, wow. Yeah, go check that out. Let's see if WrestleJuice's opinion's any different than ours.
Maybe. I don't know. Wouldn't it be great if I just like flip the script completely? I'm like, this is trash.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I got my opinion over here, but then Bone by himself.
You're all nice and polite over here going in Raw, and then you go to WrestleJuice.
Oh, my God, this was garbage. Let's talk about SmackDown now.
Yeah, so the major story here is that the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre have their fifth man, brother.
Kevin Owens,
I was going to say is who we thought it was. It's Kevin Owens, yeah.
He was who we thought he was. Yeah, well, we didn't think he was going to be in this match because he evidently suffered some sort of knee injury, not bad enough to keep him out of War Games. So that's cool. I don't like the good guys' odds here because it's the bloodline.
But at the same time, though, Sammy guaranteed victory.
Man, how many times?
Guaranteed victory.
Yeah, I know, because of the bloodline, and they win everything. Sammy knows. He's watched all these pay-per-views. He knows how the bloodline is. Every time, every Jeffrey Nguyen here of the Super Chat said, this is trash. Every time. I count out the Bloodline for whatever reason. Yeah. For whatever reason. So I'm not counting them out. And on top of that, it's just this is a collection of dudes. The Bloodline, they're tight. They're family. They're family. They're super tight.
Did you not see the backstage segment where Jay was giving Sammy crap for guaranteeing victory?
Was that the one with Kazarian in it?
No.
Was that the one with Jun Akiyama?
No.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't see it then. Yeah, no, I saw it. I know. Look, man, they got problems, but they win a lot, and it's the tribal chief. And look, I understand that there's an element to this that's setting up a Sheamus match with Roman Reigns.
There's that, and there's also Sammy getting kicked out of Bloodline so he and Kevin Owens can beat the Usos for those tag titles.
There will absolutely be. Here's what I think it's going to be. Sammy, I don't think it's going to be like Sammy falling out of favor with the Bloodline. I think that Sammy's just going to get jumped out of the Bloodline somehow, some way. I don't know what the deal's going to be, but I think there needs to be a little bit more success before that happens. And I think War Games is going to be that success because Sammy's got to be on cloud 9 when he gets jumped out. This can't be, oh, we lost at War Games and now I'm getting jumped out because of it. Sammy is not going to know that this is coming when it hits him. That's my guess. And I think Kevin Owens is going to be like, look at everything you did. You helped them win at War Games, and look at what they did to you. That's just my guess, my gut feeling. I haven't really thought it out all the way, but it's War Games. It's the Bloodline. It's one more thing to put in their favor. It's going to keep the pattern of Roman Reigns showing up on either Raw or SmackDown the next day or that week.
Him showing up on Raw. That's pretty funny.
And saying, this is what we do. We win, then we come out here and we say, acknowledge me and all that kind of stuff. I think that pattern's going to continue. Yes. Yeah, God mode, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, the pattern is Bloodline has pay-per-view match, they win. That has been what it, whether it's them as a group, whether it's Roman, whether it's the Usos, it really hasn't mattered what combination of Bloodline members are involved in match. The pay-per-view match, they win, by and large, for the last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the most obvious thing to kind of start the disintegration of Bloodline is for them to take an L.
That is true. Yeah.
And while if they lose at War Games, maybe it's not instantaneous the next SmackDown, Sammy gets booted from the Bloodline, but it's the first domino to fall that eventually leads to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It remains to be seen. I mean, given the lineup for the face team, it's fairly formidable. You got 3 former champions in there, 3 former WWE or Universal champions there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know Ridge doesn't have a wealth of experience. He's coming around. He's been putting on some really solid matches of late. And Pete Dunne's Pete Dunne.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There are way too many X factors on that. If we're talking in kayfabe, if we're on the pre-show now, let's act like we're on the kickoff show, right? Where we have to keep it real. We have to keep it kayfabe.
Yeah.
There's way too many X factors on the face team. You have Drew and Sheamus had a blood feud, and I know Drew was his best man, and now they
dealt with all that, right? Promo. That's water on the bridge, buddy.
Nobody trusts Kevin Owens. Nobody trusts him.
Well, that's something they can deal with this week.
This week, they're going to do some trust falls.
They're going to patch it all up.
Ridge Holland, Pete Dunne is an X factor. Like, this guy just goes off and does stuff. Ridge Holland is inexperienced. And so, there's too much in the face team. This is going to fall apart. Essentially, it's a collection of dorks. That's what it is.
I'm telling you right now, max confidence points on face team unless Enforcer picks face team, and then I got to pick Bloodline.
So let me ask you this. You're in the lead. Let's say you're in the lead with Big Red, right?
All right.
Comfortably. What do you do? Like, what do you do? What's your actual pick here going into this match?
Defined comfortably. Like, if regardless who I pick, I win?
Yeah, you're padding your stats now. You're padding your stats.
I mean, the safe pick's Bloodline. Of course, they win all the time.
Okay. All right. That's what I was curious about. So
from the driver's seat, I go the safe bet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a safe bet. Also on SmackDown, we had a new number 1 content. No, that was last week. Shotzi took on Shayna Baszler.
Yes, in advance for a match against Ronda at Survivor Series. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And, this is a big upset. She won. She beat Shayna Baszler. I guess it kind of makes sense because she's number 1 contender.
It's the same way, too. That we thought we were beyond Shayna getting rolled up. Nope. rolled up.
Oh, man, I forgot. Yeah, that's right. Were you about to bring this up? The feud of the year? Late candidate for feud of the year? Yeah.
LA Knight, yeah.
Oh, man. This segment tickled me to no end. LA Knight comes down during one of Bray Wyatt's, oh, man, there's a mask and I do bad things. One of his speeches. LA Knight comes down because Bray Wyatt's like, LA Knight, I want you to come down here so I can apologize to you or something like that. LA Knight comes down. And instead of just ending it there and squashing that beef, he decided to dance with the devil, man. He poked the bear. He slapped Bray Wyatt. Not just once, because Bray Wyatt was like, all right, man, we'll even. So LA Knight is then offered, we're even, Steven. Let's shake on it. Whoop-ha, a second one. 2-for-1 deal and sell, yeah. Oh, wow. And then later on, he got killed.
Yeah. So
they found him dead.
He's leaving the arena, and Megan is trying to get an interview with them, and he was like, stupid question, I'm going. And she opens the door, and lurking in the shadows is who I assume is Uncle Harper. I don't think we've learned the name of that particular mask yet. We know who Uncle Howdy is. At the time, they trademarked two names, Uncle Howdy, Uncle Harper. So I'm assuming the other one is Uncle Harper. Lurking in the shadows, you just see a little glimpse of the mask. We go to commercial, we come back. LA Knight is under a pile of a bunch of crap.
Yeah, not literal. That'd be awesome. But like just stuff like there's a barrel, barricades, like some road signs or whatever.
That piece of plastic you put over wires so people don't trip over them.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, right.
I noticed that. I think there's a bag of ice.
Mm-hmm. And of course, like the agents and stuff are just doing a terrible job, like taking this stuff.
Like, oh my gosh, what happened?
Oh, let's get some help over here. No, man, I'm cloudy. I threw a bunch of shit all over LA Knight, man. Now I'm gonna go to the Tonight Show and mix it up with Jimmy Fallon.
And then I'm gonna go to UFC.
I'm gonna sit in the crowd
ringside.
And enjoy a hot dog. Who wants a wiener?
Try not to get any nacho cheese on my titles.
No promises, man. I love that melted cheese. It's not even real. So anyways, Smackdown kicked off with Drew and the Brawling Brutes in a bit of a promo. Yeah. And Sheamus says, a lot of people aren't happy that Drew is standing by my side as we get it ready to go to war with the Bloodline. Considering we had a 20-year rivalry, he says the truth is, though the 20-year rivalry has created mutual respect, it's created a bond so strong. He says that Drew was my best man when I got married. He says the truth is, when it comes down to it, there's no one I'd rather be in the trenches with than Drew McIntyre. So will Drew be our honorary Broody? And then Drew says, nobody knows what it looks like to be outnumbered by the Bloodline like me. If I go to war, I want to go to war with my brother. And then him and Sheamus shake hands and they hug. A big brutish hug.
Yeah. Then Ridge says, let's get serious. This fight night in the Survivor Series is going to be, and that's when Butch says,
War Games!
Yes, and then and then Drew is like, well, who's our fifth man going to be? And Sheamus is about to reveal identity of fifth man until Sami Zayn interrupts. And he says, I think I speak on behalf of the Bloodline when I say we don't care who the fifth man is. We're feeling great. You can say we're feeling pretty oozy about the whole thing. Do you think you're going to get in our head? You're talking to the master strategist here. Oozy in the sky with diamonds. And if you think we're worried, how about this? I personally guarantee that the Bloodline will win at War Games. He says to Butch, we're having a match tonight, and I'm going to run right through you and give you a small taste of what you can expect at Survivor Series. And then Sheamus says, well, we're delighted you're so confident, but something tells me you're going to poop your pants.
Oh, no.
When you find out who the fifth man is.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, good stuff. See, this is what I think is gonna. Sammy's making this guarantee that ain't gonna make Roman happy. I think they're gonna win, and be it because it's an example of like, hey, we just won this and we're doing this to our honorary Oos. Imagine what we'll do to you, whoever's next. I don't know. He'll find some justification to win and kick Sammy out. So or Sammy will hesitate with Owens in War Games, and that's going to be enough for Roman, even in a victory, to kick him out. After that, we had Warp Speed versus Light Speed, Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali. This was this for the thing? This was for the thing, right?
For the World Cup tournament, yeah.
Yeah, it's for the World Cup tournament. So the trainer had cleared Ali.
The match. Yeah.
We got a little video here. It says, I advise you against having the match against Ricochet. Ricochet steps in. He says, think about the future of your career. And Ali says, I can breathe, I can move, I can fight. And then, but then Ricochet can lose also because Ricochet won this with a shooting star press.
Yeah, this is a stellar match, though. This is fantastic stuff.
God damn it. This is a good match, man.
It was really good.
And then afterwards, they both, Ali's all bummed out. Oh, I lost, man. And then Ricochet.
The rib tape on and everything.
He's got the big rib, the DDP rib tape. And then Ricochet comes out, sits next to him, and they fist bump, and they're like, hey, man, you lost, but you're pretty good. I love you.
You're pretty great.
Then they started kissing, and it was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Interesting storyline development. Yeah. That happened.
Then we got a Bloodline backstage, and Jay's is giving Sammy a bunch of shit about guaranteeing the victory. And then Sammy's like, what did I do exactly out there that was wrong? All I said is we're going to win. Do you think we're not going to win, Jay? And Jay's like, well, no, we're going to win, but shouldn't be out there speaking on behalf of the Bloodline. And Jimmy interrupts, says, we need to get on the same page before Roman gets here. He tells Sammy to chill. And then Sammy's like, fine, I'll chill. And he walks away.
Very, very hesitantly, though. He does not like to chill. Sammy's not a very chill person.
No, he's not. So the Jimmy's telling Jay about how they got to handle some Bloodline business tonight. And then Sammy comes back in, and he wants to do the handshake with Jimmy because he wants to kind of get his status back within the Bloodline.
Yeah.
So he does his handshake with Jimmy and says something like, hey, I got something to tell you, but I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Like exclusive info, and then he walks out again.
He's got a scoop for him.
Yeah. Do I have a scoop for you?
After that, we had a New Day interview, and this is in advance of. Oh wait, no, this is in reference to their match they had last week.
Yeah, it also set up their match for Friday.
That's right. And he says, Woods says, if we want to become champs again, we got to win one match. But if we want to set that record, we have to become champs and defend them successfully night after night after night for more than a year. So no, we're not in the best mood. And then Kofi says losing the record was disappointing. And then Imperium steps in. And then all of a sudden it turns into the New Day trying to make Walter laugh.
Yep.
Kaiser says, you are what is wrong with our beloved sport. You've been making a mockery of it for the last 8 years. So it's up to us to restore the honor of pro wrestling. And then New Day mock Imperium a little bit. Kofi says Gunther looks like Lurch from the Addams Family, and they do little impressions of him and stuff. And Gunther's just sitting there, and he's got this little, like the smallest little smirk on his face, like he's trying his damnedest not to crack.
Yep.
And then Woods challenges them to a 6-man tag match. Gunther says, we accept, but we don't know who the third man is, brother.
Yeah, for the New Day, yeah. Mm-hmm. Then we get her backstage. Madcap Moss is warming up. Emma walks up to him, and she asks, how's your voice? And he says, it's been 3 weeks, and I can barely talk thanks to the cross jacket. Tonight is all about revenge. And Emma says, look at it this way. Tonight, think of it as a fresh start. You're more athletic than Cross is. Use your speed. Take the fight to him.
Yeah.
And that's what Moss did. Outcome the same, though.
Yeah. Yeah, terrible advice there from Emma. She should have said, oh, I watched some other guys on a different channel use a hammer. You should do that.
There you go.
Use that, and she gives him a hammer. Says the Emma hammer. And then but he didn't do that. He just got fucking passed out to the cross jacket. Probably gonna have more problems talking again.
Yes.
And then afterwards, Emma runs down to the ring to check on Madcap Moss. So they're a real life couple. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna kayfabe it now, brother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Seems to be the case. Then we had Bray Wyatt. He came to the ring, dropped the promo. He said, I've started to realize that I've been conditioned.
Let's back up a second here. What's a win in this feud for Madcap Moss? That isn't because he should not beat Cross. He shouldn't beat Cross.
Losing with the cross jacket.
Okay. Losing like a roll up?
Well, no, like he takes the forearm to the back of the head. That's Cross's other finish.
That's a win for him.
Yeah, he doesn't. So then at least after that he could talk.
I'm gonna say that's his win, is being able to talk. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say kicking out of the forearm to the back of the head.
What if
that's a win.
The thing is the story is he and Emma are getting tighter on screen.
Yeah, they are
closer.
Bricked up.
He can't talk, so he can't express how he feels.
Yeah. Okay.
And so because of the cross jacket, so he has another match against Cross, and the cross jacket's there. He's like, if I get this again, I might not ever be able to tell Emma how I feel about her. So he escapes that. Is willing to take the loss thanks to the forearm on the back of the head, just so he can say, hey, I really like you. I think you're great.
But he's so concussed, he says it to R-Truth instead. And on top of that, he's bricked up in the process. All the blood flow leaves his head up here. when
Yeah,
he's
to
in the
another
cross
region,
jacket and it's like an Iron Sheik Hulk Hogan situation. It's a Ron Burgundy situation.
There we go.
Oh no!
Oh, wow. So yeah, we get this Bray Wyatt promo. He says, "I started to realize I've been conditioned to be a certain way, and when you're conditioned for so long, you begin to think that change isn't possible. I was conditioned to be strong. I was taught that fear is respect. Lately, I've started to think the path that I left behind, and we'll look at it, it's covered in ash and blood. And I started to think, why do I do the things that I do? Can I actually change? If I was LA Knight, I know how I'd handle the situation, and that makes me sad, man. So I wanted to come out here and do this. I wanted to apologize to LA Knight for what I did to him. I had a moment of weakness, and I strayed from my path." So, Steve, go ahead and be LA Knight.
I don't know. Can you do his theme song? I love his theme song, but I can't really. Hey, that's pretty good. So LA Knight, yeah, he comes out, man. This dude's looking like fire, dude. He's got like some white mom jeans on, or some really light blue mom jeans on.
Yeah.
He's got his bright red, not color safe, homemade LA Knight merch shirt. He's got a leather vest that has like a pattern on the top of it that has a bunch of little LAs on it, and like a gold chain to top it off.
Yeah.
This dude is the most garage sale looking dude.
Yeah, he really is.
Oh, man, it kills me. So anyways, he comes out. Yeah, hey, Incel, let me talk at you. For 7 days, I've running over and over again the cheap shot heard around the world. Your head connecting with my Kavorka. And each time it gets me a little hotter than the last. Yeah, you know what I mean? Bricked up night. But now you're out here and apologizing. You just talked about fear and respect, and I'm looking in your eyes right now, and I don't know what it is. There's something that tells me that last week the fact that I didn't fear you maybe garnered me some respect. The rarest commodity around here is respect. It's more valuable than the dollar. He says, you say you understand me. No one's ever understood me. Look at how I dress. How could they? I'm not sure what to make of your apology, but I look into your eyes. I think you do respect me, and for that, and then whoop, he slaps Bray, and then he fucking runs.
Yeah.
He says, now we're even. Apology accepted. And then Bray's like, oh, hell no. He paced around the ring.
Yeah, he's pacing. He's
He
like,
is
all right.
pissed.
All right, we're even now.
We're even, man. He says, there's a lot I want to do to you, man, but I'm going to fight all these urges. But the decision you make right now is going to change the direction of your life. We're even. And then he offers up his hand. We're even. It's good. We're good. So LA Knight walks up to him. Whoop-ah, slaps him again, runs away, says, oh, yeah, it's a 2-for-1 special, Incel. He says, all week I've been dying to do that. How's that taste?
I mean, hats off to
man.
LA Knight for not being scared of Bray Wyatt. I don't know if that's a smart move, though.
Oh, man, it is not the smart move in any way, shape, or form. This guy is playing with fire, and he is going to get burned.
Oh,
and
yes.
quickly, as we see a little bit.
Oh, yes. So, but first, the Usos are backstage. They walk up to Karrion Kross and Scarlett, and they ask, are you the fifth man? Meanwhile, Bray is, like, berating a road case in the background. He is pissed.
Mm-hmm.
So Kross says, I'm not a follower. And Jimmy says, well, you won't be, we won't see him later. We'll see you later during the main event. You're not going to try to make a name for yourself off the bloodline. And Kross says, when it comes to taking the titles off Roman, I'll do it on my own time. And I will do it, but I'm going to do it on my own.
Yeah, yeah. And then we had Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi. So during this match, Raquel comes to ringside as Shayna is about to stomp on Shotzi's arm, but she gets distracted. Shotzi escapes, and she rolls up Shayna to get the win here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then we're backstage. LA Knight pulling his luggage behind him. Megan runs up and says, are you leaving because you're scared of Bray? And he's like, what? You saw what happened out there. Who's afraid of who? He calls Megan's questions trash. Yeah. He opens the door to leave, and as he does so, you see a little sliver of light, and there's Uncle Harper there lurking. Yeah. And the door closes behind him. We go to commercial. We come back, just a pile of stuff.
Yeah.
Just heavy on top stuff. Of LA Knight.
Yeah, he's sleeping or dead. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, after that, we had Imperium versus New Day. And their third man, brother, Braun Strowman. Braun. And Woods gets the win on Ludwig Kaiser after they hit a midnight hour. But there was some fun stuff between Braun and Gunther wanted no piece of Braun towards the finish. At one point, I think they're about to get the pin here, and Gunther was about to get in the ring, and Braun just sort of peacocks him.
He sees Braun, he goes, yeah, nope.
So
and out he goes.
Yeah, if they go with that, I know. Well, Braun, God, is Braun gonna? You think it's gonna be Braun versus Gunther for that IC title? I think Braun's
is Braun gonna win this tournament? Seems possible.
Yeah,
he's taking on Ricochet next week.
Oh God, of course, yeah, he's definitely gonna beat Ricochet. That's gonna be a good match, though.
It should be. Yeah, I hope so. I hope it is because Braun has an interview next. It says, "I'm looking forward to winning the World Cup." Excuse me, tournament and taking the Intercontinental title off Gunther.
He totally did that. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, hats off to him for feeling like if this was a real sports interview and somebody had to cough, they'd totally cough.
Yeah, I know. But if he did that when Vince was there, Vince would have said, all right, you're fired. You're out of here.
Man, if Vince was watching this, he might have had a heart attack.
Because it was right at gorilla position, too.
It was, yeah.
So then Ricochet steps in and says, Braun, I know you're not one for big thinking. You're looking too far in advance. If you keep looking past these flippy flippers, your words, it might come back to bite you.
I hope that Braun brings a grocery cart with groceries in it.
From Kroger's.
And some bags from Kroger's for Ricochet to bag after this match because Ricochet is going to get murdered. Oh, man. After that, we had Pete Dunne versus Sami Zayn. This was good stuff. We had the Bloodline and the Brutes brawling over at ringside. But in the end, Butch gets so Sammy hits an exploder, looks for a haluva kick. Jay gets in the ring to escape Sheamus. He puts on the brakes. Butch hits Sammy with a bitter end to get the win. Yep.
It was a really fun match. It was this chaos towards the end.
It was super overbooked.
There's a huge brawl that breaks out. Roman finally comes to the ring. He lays out Ridge, hits Drew with a spear. He and Sheamus have a face-to-face. They start throwing hands. Sammy hits Sheamus from behind. And then Roman hits Sheamus. It says here with a super kick, but Roman doesn't do super kicks. Must be a Superman punch.
Yeah.
So then Kevin Owens comes out. He lays out the Usos. He steps up to Roman. They start trading shots. Eventually, Sammy and Owens have a stare down. That allows Roman to hit Owens with a Superman punch. And he goes for a spear. Instead, Kevin Owens hits him with a stunner.
Yeah, stunner. Oh, man. So that was SmackDown there. We also had Full Gear Rampage Friday. Full Gear Friday Rampage, whatever they called it. This is Rampage.
And as Ricky Stark said, he wanted his match against Lance Archer to start backstage, and sure enough, it did.
Oh, yeah. They went at it. Ricky Stark's wearing his merch shirt. He had a New Jersey Devils
that's right. jersey, and he still had his slacks and dress shoes on.
Yeah, the merch shirt was for the next night. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. So Ricky Starks had a pretty cool finisher here. Ducked a boot from Archer, hits a spear.
This was great.
Yeah, it was a cool.
This was awesome.
Cool sequence here.
The sequence was fantastic because it was Archer doing a huge boot, and Spears managed to duck the boot and then hit the spear simultaneously. Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was good stuff. But
then Archer choke slams him on the ring steps after the match because he wasn't happy about losing.
Right. After that, we had we got all that. After that, we had a Mox MJF video package hyping their match. And then we had Jericho and Guevara backstage where Jericho basically says, me and Sammy guarantee that this title's going to stay in Jericho Appreciation Society, and Sammy's going to do the right thing. And Sammy says, yeah, we'll see about that after Jericho leaves.
Yeah. Next, we got Lee Moriarty versus Hook for the FTW title. Moriarty gave Hook his most competitive match to date.
This had to have been the longest Hook match there's been.
I think so.
And this was really good stuff, man. You and I are big fans of Lee Moriarty. Yep. I just haven't seen a match this long with Hook, so it's hard to get on board. I legitimately like people who really know what they're doing, and Hook looked pretty good here. Lee, mm-hmm. I don't know if it's Lee making him look good, but Hook, you got to know what you're doing to hold your own, and this was good stuff. Not the outcome I wanted. Lee Moriarty passed out here, but this kind of stuff, putting Lee on TV more and more, whether he's going to be in Ring of Honor or sticking around in AEW, I'd like to see more Lee Moriarty.
Agreed. Then we get a Roosh, Jose the assistant, and Dark Order interview. John Silver says they cost the Roosh a shot at the title. And Jose says Silver is the clown of the Dark Order. They're talking real tough. Maybe we could take you on a tag match. And then Roosh says to Silver, I'm going to wipe the smile off your face. I beat you once. I'm going to beat you again.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting Roosh and Jose the assistant taking on John Silver and another member of Dark Order.
Then we had, yeah, that's a never-ending thing, man. It's absolutely never-ending. Then we had Athena versus Madison Rayne. So on Dark and Elevation, I've noticed mainly in Twitter clips because I don't watch that stuff.
Same.
But Athena's been she's been going bad guy. She's been a heel. And we had a little Madison Rayne promo. She says, I've known Athena her whole career, but I don't respect how she treats her opponents. And tonight, Athena's games come to an end. Well, they come to an end for Madison Rayne.
They do.
Because Athena gets the win here. She kicks Rayne in the back. Ref tells her to stop. Athena decks the ref, which was pretty shocking. And then Mercedes Martinez, Ring of Honor Women's Champion, comes down to the ring to confront Athena. So it looks like at that Ring of Honor pay-per-view, we got our women's title match, man. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that should be really good. That should be a really good bout.
It's like 3 weeks away. Is that right?
Yeah,
a little
roughly.
little less.
Yeah, on the 10th.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Everything's on the 10th.
Everything's
Including
on the 10th.
Action Coast Wrestling's resurgence.
There you go.
If you're in the Northern California area, get your tickets now on Eventbrite. That's right. Stephen Larson presents Action Coast Wrestling, live wrestling action in Sacramento, California.
Well done.
You like
Then we get a best friends interview with the Factory. Orange says they want to match against the Factory 5-on-5 tomorrow at Full Gear, and everybody's like, well, there's only 4 of you. And he says we have a very evil mystery partner.
Yes.
And then there's like a little package that rolls, and it's Danhausen.
Yeah, and then it cuts back to the Factory, and they're like, well, it's just Danhausen. But they didn't know it's strong style Danhausen.
Yeah, they didn't know that. They didn't know that.
Yes.
Then we got known those great House of Black video packages. They're all reborn. Seems like they're coming back very, very soon. I even thought there was a good chance, and part of that was because Fightful said they were in the arena at Full Gear. It didn't happen. Or they were in Newark. I don't know if they were at the arena. That they might come back at Full Gear. Didn't happen, but I would expect them to be back pretty soon based on these video packages. And hopefully they get to do something really substantial and cool, and they get the push that they probably should have gotten from the beginning.
I would be shocked, I tell you, if they didn't show up on what's it called, on Dynamite this Wednesday. It should be a pretty big Dynamite. They always try to load up their Dynamites after pay-per-views, especially. And yeah, I'm curious to see where they go with a bunch of these stories on Dynamite. Then we had our pre-main event interview with Ortiz saying Eddie's ready. Eddie didn't really want to talk. He just wants to fight. He says he's ready. You best believe that Team DDT, we're not fighting them. They're fighting us. We're the best. Takeshita says this is a dream match for Eddie, but it's going to be a nightmare. They'll have to fight for their lives. And then we had that match. And, yeah, this was really, really good stuff. In the end, what was it? Eddie hits an enziguri. Jun Akiyama responds with a knee, hits Ortiz with a knee to the back, follows up with an exploder. And then after the cameras went off, that's when Eddie was like begging Tony Khan, come on, give me Akiyama one-on-one.
Yeah, him and Jun Akiyama didn't get a whole lot of back and forth during the tag match. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And that's the match Eddie had been waiting for since he was 18 years old, he says.
That's right. So Paul and the calls run a little bit late, so we're going to answer some questions here on the Patreon. Patreon.com/Stephen Larson. All our recap shows. We've got question threads exclusively for the patrons. So we'll start off with Timur. It says, what do you think will be the main event of Ring of Honor Final Battle? Probably Jericho.
It'll be Jericho defending against... I mean, like Joe is heavily featured in the trailer for it. So maybe it's something else if it was Joe versus Jericho, and Joe's like, well, Wardlow said he wanted all the belts. Guess what? I got 2 of them. I'm going for more. You
think they would do TV title for world title?
No, just the world title would be on the line. But
yeah. I don't know. I think Joe's going to have a title match against somebody, and I think Jericho's going to have a title match against somebody.
That's entirely possible.
I think that's a big deal. That'd be a big deal. I don't know. Jericho versus did they ever rematch him versus Claudio? Maybe a rematch. I don't think.
Is there any other former Ring of Honor champs that aren't signed somewhere? They're kind of a kind of a deal?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to keep on doing that. Maybe he will. I don't know. We'll probably find out on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Jay Briscoe. There you go. Somebody says
Yeah.
Jay. Harv says Jay Briscoe.
Could be Jay.
Let us know in the YouTube comments. Who do you want to see Jericho fight at Final Battle?
Yes. Yes.
Jaime says, what would have been the funniest thing Regal could have slipped MJF instead of brass knuckles? A jelly. A condom. A condom.
Oh, I thought you meant like a jelly donut.
No, and I think in the UK they call jellies.
Okay,
They call
that sounds
condoms
right.
jellies. Here you go. He's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Well, put it on.
Yeah, just put it on.
Strap it on, fella.
Sup John says, whenever Roman should lose those belts, I would like to have him come back as Chill Roman. What mannerisms should Chill Roman have? It's mellow.
Yeah.
He shrugs a lot.
No, I like this, though. I like this idea from Sup John. Says he comes to the ring with a pineapple drink with a tiny umbrella.
Could be.
Flip-flops. I know Riddle does that, but he can stop doing that. And,
Well, Riddle has slides.
Yeah, slides. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, flip-flops.
Yeah, Chill Roman should have
Corona
flip-flops.
board shorts.
There you go.
You
And
got
a matching Corona tank top.
Right, yeah. No, I want a Budweiser tank top. He's well, I went to Target.
Oh, gotcha. You didn't care about matching. Yeah.
No, he's tribal chief. You don't care about that. Let's see here.
Oh, that's a good question from Blake Whitehouse. Should Mustafa Ali be the Iron Man, the Rumble, and eventually pre-elimination chamber gauntlet match?
That's a cool idea.
If his story is resilience, then absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be cool. Matt Doolittle, what'd you think of the new trailer for Fight Forever? We should do a Raz here says they're called Johnnies. I swear to God, I thought they were called Jellies at one point.
Yeah, I thought I heard that too.
New trailer for Fight Forever. We saw it at Full Gear.
Yeah.
I like the blood involved. Blood is good.
As long as the gameplay is really fun and there's some decent creation features.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
More than anything, I just want something that's fun to play.
This Thursday, because this will make for good content. We'll do
not this Thursday. Thursday, Thanksgiving.
Whenever we do Overrun this week, we'll do a trailer breakdown.
That's good.
Where we look at it frame by frame, but we won't do more than 3 seconds of it actively because
then
we'll get copyrighted. Let's see here. Stephen Babb says, why don't you upload the bonus content on the Patreon podcast feed? That is absolutely something that has slipped through the cracks that I need to do. He's talking about the audio stuff, and I will absolutely start doing that this week. David Matuszek says, after Eddie Kingston's match with Junior Akiyama, what other Japanese wrestling legends should he have a dream bout with just in case he has the itch to do so? I don't really know. Like, I'm not that well schooled in like who's still around.
Well, then he's had a lot of he's had a match against Suzuki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm sure he's had a match against Ishii.
Mm-hmm.
Taichi.
There you go. What Japanese legend you think? Taichi?
Yeah, man.
Master Wado.
There we go. Mondo here says, I was at Full Gear, and I'm not sure if it came through this way on the feed, but the FCM Punk chant just after the Elite came out was one of the loudest chants of the night.
Really?
Maybe only second to the Scissor Me Daddy chants. While it looks really unlikely that he's ever coming back, on the off chance that he does, will he have more heat than any heel in recent memory, or do you think fans will be forgiving? No. If it's in Chicago, they'll be forgiving. Anywhere else, massive heat.
I don't know, man. I think if they bring him back, AEW fans will do. They'll be cool with whatever AEW does. Like if they bring him back, then Tony Khan will like explain himself. Oh yeah, it's a great opportunity. Blah blah blah. If he showed up, the fans will pop because it's a big deal. It's like, oh my God, he's back.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
it's a perfect time for him to be a massive heel, though, if he does come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Then again, he should have turned heel in the thing with Mox.
Chicago is going to be fucking interesting.
It is going to be interesting.
I mean, this is going to be like WWE getting those CM Punk chants for all those years. That's what it's going to be like.
Wandering Man of Thirst actually has the right answer as far as who Eddie should take on is Dick Togo.
Boom. There it is. Absolutely. Eddie and some people versus House of Torture would be really good. I'd like that.
That would be good.
Let's see here. Luis Areza says, would Triple H be game for doing one-off licensed music for returns like AEW? I don't know that the Wayward Sons is only a one-off. I think Tony said we're going to see about that.
Yeah, and I think Meltzer said that it might be their trios theme.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I wonder if it's going to be when they all come out together.
Yeah.
That would make some sense.
Instead of the elite.
Wow. All right, man. In the words of Triple H, are you ready? Was that a good one? Are you ready? Was that good?
You've done better.
Have I? Really?
You might do better in a little bit too.
So as you know, this is the time of the show. It's the last thing we do on the show.
Yeah.
I have got so much paperwork to do. I was really thinking, hey, it's a new Monday. I got a lot of rest yesterday. Maggie just hit us with a bunch of gifted subs.
Thank you,
in the
Maggie.
Twitch chat. We got a couple super chats here. I want to shout these out while Paul is loading up his Zoom. Jeffrey Nguyen saying, this is trash. This is trash. Mon Mothra 97 says, hope everyone's having good holidays this week.
Yes.
Thank you for the super chats, y'all. We really appreciate it
We do.
on
Thank
the
you,
YouTube.
Maggie. Thank you, Maggie.
But yeah, I got so much Action Coast Wrestling paperwork.
Oh, you finally specify what kind of paperwork it is. That's funny. It's taking weeks to get that information.
Well, yeah, but there's just a lot more on top of that. That's everything else. December 10th is coming up quick. Coming up quick.
I understand that.
So anyways, Triple H is here, and we're going to let him in. And then you guys are going to talk about Raw tonight, man. All right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let me take a swig of water here.
Wonder why.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the game Triple H here. Have you seen the new shirt? If you don't want to be trash, check out. Let's see if I can finagle Zoom here to get that shirt up. Where's my shirt? Oh, it's not here. Okay, whatever. There's a new shirt at friendoshop.com. Don't interrupt. I can see on your face that you dumb little face, Steve, that you want to interrupt me. Don't interrupt. Oh, I saw that look right there, just right there. Don't interrupt. I'm in a great mood. You know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Don't interrupt. What a terrible pay-per-view. Absolute garbage. And everybody, the entire world is talking about how crap AEW is now. Full gear, full shit. That's what I call it. Full oh dear. How about that? That's my thumbnail in my review of that pissant show.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you have a YouTube channel?
Don't interrupt. I have started a YouTube channel. I was about to say that before you interrupted. A brand new YouTube channel. It's coming very soon. I find it funny on YouTube. You got to load up a bunch of content first so that you can roll it out at the same time for binge watching. That's what YouTube wants, binge watching.
Yes.
Don't interrupt. Get the shirt right now, friendoshop.com. Huge Black Friday sale. I get a cut from all these shirts. 20% off. It's a great deal. Everybody loves it. Unlike the Full Gear pay-per-view, which everybody says is crap. I've heard from Warner executives they're not happy about this at all. AEW, we're going to buy them. That's my scoop. Big scoop.
Wow, that's a massive scoop. Is that going to happen as soon as tonight on Raw?
You never know what's going to happen on Raw. I might not even know what's going to happen on Raw. We got our preview ready for our preview for Raw. Yes.
Yeah, so far there's one item on .com.
Oh, that's because you know what? So many surprises tonight. Maybe we're going to recreate the iconic moment because Full Gear was so bad. We're going to recreate the iconic moment back in 2001 when Dad bought WCW. It's going to be a simulcast. That should be the preview. The game buys AEW because Full Gear was such crap. Everybody hates it. That's a headline right there.
Wow.
All right, first up on Raw, though, confirmed Asuka and Rhea Ripley dig into the trenches for War Games advantage. It's a brand new match I've come up with. It's literally digging trenches for the advantage. Whoever digs the biggest, best trench first, they get the advantage in War Games.
Wow.
I elected not to have Bianca Belair in this match because lol, Bianca wins. I've booked her so strong. I learned from the best John Cena. If you want to create a star, crossover, mainstream celebrity, Bianca Belair is that. Lol, Bianca wins. She wins everything. No drama. So I like drama in my programming, unlike Full Gear AEW crap pay-per-view.
Yeah. So what's the time limit for digging these trenches? You got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 12?
If I tell you, it'll ruin the surprise. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay.
Yes, that's right. It's like beat the clock, but you're digging trenches.
Can I ask you one more question?
My God, you are just full of questions today. Don't bring me down. What did you, by the way, let me ask you, Steve, what did you think of Full Gear? I didn't have a chance. I know what Larson, I saw his Wrestle Juice video. What did you think about Full Gear?
I mean, we did a review on it. We watched it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And what was your opinion of it? Did you think I'm assuming you confirmed that you believed it was pure crap as well, right? Much worse than WWE.
Well, that might not be exactly my assessment, no.
What?
The question I had, though, is will Oscar or Rhea get to use your famed golden shovel
Hold on
to
a
dig
second.
these trenches?
I know you're being clever, and I'll admit that's kind of clever. Let's rewind.
All right.
What did you say about Full Gear?
I'd said I didn't necessarily agree with your assessment that it was crap.
Oh my God! I was in a great mood today. I had seen so much negativity about Full Gear. Now I'm showing up on your show.
Yeah,
I'm doing you a favor, giving you scoops. I gave you the Trench Warfare scoop. I gave you the scoop at us about to buy AEW, and now you're saying that you enjoyed Full Gear better than WWE. Is that what you're saying?
I'll say this. Listen to this. If I go and say that AEW Full Gear, hot garbage, just dumpster-worthy pay-per-view, there's not a whole lot of value in you saying you bought the company if I trash it.
This.
Now,
Steph,
if I say
this
AEW's
piece of
got
trash
some
is trying
good
to tell
matches,
me about
good
value.
talent. Now
and
that
he's
you
interrupting
purchase
everything I'm saying.
Now that you purchase it, you're like, oh, this is something that I should be paying attention to.
Let me tell you something, brother. All right. At the end of the day, I think you're ruining this. You're souring this relationship right here. Going in Raw is going to go the way of AEW in the garbage can with the enforcers booking on Raw.
Are you going to buy us too?
What?
Are you going to buy us? You said
I
go the
could
way
buy
of AEW.
your pissant company for a bologna sandwich. That's overpaying for it.
Steve might agree to those terms, but I wouldn't know.
You're Steve though. I don't get You like bologna sandwiches?
I used to, but I'm not 12 anymore.
I used to put a lot of mayonnaise on those things, but then I got into bodybuilding, and now I just eat salmon all the time. Anyways, you've ruined my day. Thank you, and I got to get out of here.
All right, later, Triple H.
How did that go?
I gotta be honest. Today I kind of had enough of his shit.
Oh no! Oh God! That's good.
He asked me. He was talking shit about Full Gear. Fine.
Oh yeah, of course.
His opinion.
Like
yeah, he's welcome to his opinion. Obviously,
he gave me a sneak preview of his YouTube video. He's
I didn't know he had a
YouTube
video yet. So he asked me what I thought of it, and I wasn't going to lie. I'm not going to lie to our viewers.
Oh come on, man! You can't just fib a little bit.
No, I'm a man of integrity, Steve.
We're gonna lose the scoops. Did he give any scoops?
Yeah, but I don't necessarily believe the scoops he's given us.
It's a great scoop. Any scoop is a good scoop. You can't ruin our scoops, man.
Man, you're not the one sitting here have to deal with this. It's me.
Dude, listen. Well,
don't say the word dose. You said the word dose. I'm leaving right now.
I'm gonna cobble together.
Don't fucking say it. Nothing synonymous with notes. I don't want to hear it. I'm
gonna cobble together some ideas.
Don't say it.
Don't
interrupt me, Steve. Don't fucking say it.
I didn't say that word. I'm gonna say some ideas that might help you.
That's the same as notes. Shut your mouth, or I'm leaving right now. Shut your damn mouth.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Shut your mouth. Don't interrupt me and shut your mouth. Just finish the show. We're done.
All right. Well, hey, listen, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I've got a lot of work to do to repair this 30-year friendship. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Check out these videos right here because I'm going to put some videos on the end card. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye, everybody.